Monday evening, the players, executives, and guests went up to Snow Basin to the Needles Lodge. Fortunately, there's a host of a very popular Ogden show called Crowd Surfing. Farrell was up there and was able to talk to several of the guys.
Alrighty, folks, it's Farrell up here at Snow Basin Resort. We're getting ready to ride the Needles Express. We're going to go talk to a few of the Allstar players. Some of them have never been to Utah. So we'll just go up, talk to them, ask a few questions, find out what they think of Utah. They don't get stuff like this in Florida, do they?
No, we don't have mountains in Florida.
But you guys got the ocean and palm trees.
Yeah, we get a couple occasional hills every now and then, but nothing like this.
I can only imagine what it looks like with some snow on it. I mean, I'd like to come out here sometime, yeah.
It's gorgeous. I would love to build a cabin here.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
I've never been on a ski lift before, so this is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. The gondola ride's a lot of fun. All right, you know it's a big event when the mayor's showing up. So what are you doing up here?
I don't know if it's a big event if I show up anywhere, but this is a big event that I didn't want to miss for sure.
So they said get the guys that are all dressed up. We thought maybe you guys were like bodyguards for the mayor or something.
No, actually, we're going to be the umpires for tomorrow night's game. I'll be behind the plate, and
I got first base.
I'm going to second base, and I'll be at third.
So you're the guys everybody hates, right?
pretty much, but
Absolutely right. That is absolutely right. I think Pioneer League baseball, it's baseball back to its roots. I think sometimes the MLB is so big, money's so rich that you can't relate with what's going on the field. You can totally do that here. I love it. These guys are real athletes that do amazing work.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. It's the top of the fifth inning of the 2016 Northwest League Pioneer League All-Star Game. I'm Robbie Bolo. Happy to be joined now by the president of the Northwest League, Mike Ellis. Last year, you guys were hosting it. Now we get to host you. You just get to sit here and enjoy some baseball, right?
Yes, what a great setting and what a great game so far. Obviously, the score favors us, but these things have a way of going up and down, so I'm excited to watch the rest of it.
For the second year, you played so many years where it was just interdivisional, not interleague, and now having the Northwest League and Pioneer League. Xavier Turner taking a first pitch inside for ball one. Connor Gray still on the mound for the Pioneer League from the Missoula Osprey. Are you liking seeing the Northwest and Pioneer Leagues playing against each other?
Yes, we love it. First of all, being able to choose your all-star team from 8 teams rather than 4 is a big advantage. And we find that it creates a true all-star team. The others are as well, but this is just a high-quality team.
2-0 count, and Xavier Turner will be safe on first base. Barehanded throw from Manny Oyoke at third, over to first, and it was wide of Ibandel Isabel. Strong effort by Manny Oyoke, and that's one that perhaps, in a regular game, he doesn't try to make that throw, but the All-Star game, this is about showing off for the fans, like what we saw in the home run derby earlier.
Yeah. Well, we saw a lot of great defense already in this game, so and it's pretty amazing the skill level of some of these infielders in particular.
And now they're going to call it a foul ball, so Xavier Turner will head back to the plate, and it'll be 2-1. Maybe Manny Oyoke knew it was foul and just wanted to make a strong throw over to first there anyway. Last year, it was the Spokane Indians who hosted the first All-Star game between these two teams. It was fantastic. What did Spokane do right last year that really set the tone for what Ogden's doing this year and hopefully other teams will do in the future?
Well, I think they created a very exciting environment from the very beginning when everybody was arriving and the various events that they put on. And Dave Baggett and his staff here in Ogden have matched and that effort and have done the same thing. It's just been a remarkable 2 years. I'm so proud of both leagues and how they've stepped up.
2-2 pitch is a ground ball. It'll get back up the middle for a base hit. Leadoff single for Xavier Turner, who now has a home run and 2 singles in this ball game. The Northwest League, like the Pioneer League, is a short season league, but it's not considered a rookie league like the Pioneer League is. So how would you best describe the difference between the Northwest and Pioneer Leagues?
Well, they've had a designation for a long number of years, and both have 16. There are 16 teams, and there's 14 affiliates. Each has 6 unique and 2 that have an affiliate in the other league. The 6 have the highest level short season club for those major league teams, and so that talent ought to be equal. That leaves the Colorado's 2 affiliates and the Diamondbacks 2 affiliates, where they divide the talent, and that can vary from year to year. So really, the talent level could be very much the same in many years. Maybe some years will vary as minor league talent does in general.
Kevin Biggio is at the plate. It's a 1-1 count. Ground ball, and it's going to get through the hole past Jonathan Perron to put runners on first and second. Last year, you brought up the major league teams. You had the Arizona Diamondbacks, their affiliate in both the Northwest and Pioneer Leagues, ended up winning the championship. It's amazing that they could be that deep in short season to be able to win in 2 leagues.
Yeah, when we have 2 halves and it's a short season, it's exciting and you never know what's going to happen. And so you just need to peak at the right time, maybe ready for the playoffs. And, the talent level changes over the year, because like we just saw it. We've had players called up. You have players that are added to the team because they've signed late. And so you never know what's going to happen. But that is a remarkable. I don't think I can remember that happening ever before.
It's a 10-4 score. Runners are on first and second with no one out. Connor Gray started this inning, and now he will be replaced. It'll be the 6th pitcher for the Pioneer League. And I believe this is Nash Walters from Helena. Nash is a right-hander from Lindale, Texas, a 3rd-round draft pick a year ago. Transferred to Helena from the Arizona League on July 7th, and here he finds himself in the All-Star game. 1-0 record with a .579 ERA. His one win this year actually came here at Lindquist Field against the Ogden Raptors. And the very next night, he was actually ejected from the dugout with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the 9th inning. And I talked to him yesterday about that because as he walked to the visitors' clubhouse, which is in left field, he put his hands in the air and was getting the fans involved. So he's a fan favorite here in Ogden already, even though he's from another team. But he will take over here with the score at 10-4. In the Northwest League, you've got some of those teams in the Portland area that are so close together. And then you've got Boise that's a little further away. You've got Vancouver as well. You got a Canadian team in there. It's a very diverse league there in the Northwest.
It is. The North, we're primarily we're in Washington, and we're in Vancouver. In the South, we're in with Boise, Idaho, and then the 3 teams in Oregon. So it's pretty remarkable. Just like the Pioneer League, we cover a lot of really beautiful territory. It's a great place to come out and watch.
Places to go and visit as well.
Yes. It's a good place to watch baseball, but it's also a good place just to visit.
And the Pacific Northwest, just a beautiful part of the country that a lot of people never get to visit, especially if they're back east. If they're going to come out west, they end up in California somewhere.
Yeah.
But that Oregon, Washington, Pacific Northwest, if you're not from there, very few people actually get to enjoy all that it has to offer.
That's what we like about this game, is we hope that those people who travel in from other states will start to see the various beautiful scenery that we have, the beautiful cities, communities. It's an amazing place to come and visit.
Seth Spivey, the 9-hitter, a catcher, will be the first to face Nash Walters. And Seth was in your All-Star game just 2 years ago, although it was as a second baseman. Pitch is fouled off, and actually I stand corrected. In the 9 spot, they are going to have a pinch hitter. And this is what starts to happen once you get past the 4th inning. You start to see the pinch hitters. And we'll figure out who this is in just a moment. It's a 1-1 count.
Some of the volcanoes, Robbie.
Swings and misses for strike 2. Got a couple volcanoes that are in the dugout. Neither of them listed here as number 27, so we've got a different number as well. And I think this is actually going to be John Riley. He's listed as number 32. It looks like he's wearing number 27.
Who is this?
He's a right-hander. Kevin Rivera is a switch hitter, so
It is Riley.
this will be John Riley, the catcher. He's wearing number 27, was listed as number 32. Time's going to be called behind the plate. So John is a catcher from San Jose, California. He's also a first baseman for Salem Kaiser. He was taken in the 31st round by the Giants back in 2013, and so we'll see our first batting substitution. We're only in the 5th inning, but everybody's been able to bat 3 times. Seth Spivey was up twice, actually, but everybody else has been able to bat 3 times. And Riley will go down on strikes for the first out here in the 5th inning. Xavier Turner's on second. Kevin Biggio is on first base. Biggio's a name that a lot of people know. Many of us grew up watching Craig, and I know Pat was saying he feels old now that he's starting to see the second-generation players come through.
A recent Hall of Famer, obviously,
Yes.
and his son is playing really nice, having a really nice season, and deserved to be on the All-Star team.
We cycle back around to the first hitter, and it will still be Ashford Fulmer. He's 2 for 3 today with a single and a double, scoring both times in the third and fourth innings. And he'll take the first pitch for a ball, 1-0, with runners on first and second. And the Northwest League leading 10-4. On the mound is Nash Walters, the right-hander from the Helena Brewers. The 1-0 pitch misses for ball 2. We're joined by the president of the Northwest League, Mike Ellis. What would you describe the relationship like between you and Jim McCurdy, the Pioneer League president? You're both kind of up in that same area.
Yeah, it's really an interesting one. I live in Missoula, and he lives in Spokane.
You guys are presidents of the wrong leagues.
We pass each other as we go to our various stadiums to see our league games, and so it's kind of interesting. We've known each other for a long time, and I consider him a good friend.
The Missoula Osprey, do you ever get to see many of their games? I mean, it's not your league, but...
Well, I also own part of the Missoula Osprey, and I live in Missoula. And so if I'm not traveling, I will try to get to as many games as I can. I don't see as many as I used to, obviously, before I became league president.
3-0 pitch is inside, and Fulmer's going to draw a walk that's going to load the bases here with just 1 out. So the peanut inning, the infamous peanut inning at Missoula. You a fan of the peanut inning?
You know, I can't say I'm not, since it's in Missoula, and it was started by our vice president, our executive vice president, and general manager Matt Ellis, my son, who really runs the team.
Missoula is a great college town, really made for minor league baseball. And you've got Missoula, Great Falls, Helena, plenty of fantastic places up there. Billings as well in Montana, but each of those trips is so unique. It's all in the same state, it's all that North Division, but each of those trips is very unique, and Missoula does have that college town feel, even at the baseball games with the fans that come.
Yes, and it's also closer to Washington, whereas, for instance, Billings is further east, so you have a different terrain. A college town obviously is a very important element for a community, having a major university, and so we like it. It brings a lot of a diverse culture to the community. You have the same thing here. In fact, I think the two cities have been known to play each other at the college level a little bit.
Chris Baker is coming in for Garrett Hampson at the 2 spots at shortstop. He lines out to Jose Gomez at shortstop. All runners are going to stay, so now there's 2 outs, and the base is still loaded. And we have another pinch hitter hitting Eric Falia's spot. It's going to be Robert Garcia, the outfielder for the Eugene Emeralds. The left-hander swings at the first pitch and fouls it off to make it 0-1. Garcia from the Dominican Republic, a switch hitter. He's going to bat from the left side against the right-handed Nash Walters. Tied for 4th in the Northwest League in doubles. He's hitting .295, a couple of home runs, 16 runs batted in. He started the year as a 9-hitter and then moved to leadoff about midway through the first season for the Eugene Emeralds, who just absolutely tore it up in the first half of the season there in the Northwest League. Eugene, I don't know, we're even in July yet by the time they'd clinched it. It feels like they ran away with it.
It was an unusual first half, as no team in the Northwest League had a better than 500 average except Eugene. And I don't think I've ever seen that before in the league.
1-1, and Garcia swings and misses to make it 1-2. Usually pretty competitive. Your other division was competitive. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was Spokane that won, but they were tied with, was it Everett?
Yeah, they were tied with Tri-City. And it went to a tiebreaker.
Right.
They were both 19-19. And they had one game early in the year, a three-game series, and they had won 2 of the 3, so they got the tiebreaker.
Robert Garcia is going to go down on strikes to finally bring the inning to a close. No runs, but 2 hits, and the bases left loaded as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Northwest League still out ahead of the Pioneer League. Mike Ellis, the president of the Northwest League, thank you for joining us here. Enjoy the rest of the game as you stay here in Ogden.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Bottom of the 5th inning when we come back.